Welcome back, beloved Scorpio. If these words find you on May 20th, 2025, know that this is no coincidence. The universe, in its infinite timing, has drawn you here not to inform, but to awaken. Something sacred is shifting beneath your surface. And as always with you, it begins in the deep. Today marks more than a date on a calendar. It is a celestial threshold. The sun prepares to leave the grounded stillness of Taurus and step into the airy, mercurial world of Gemini. And with this shift, you too are being called to move, not outward, but inward, to expand, yes, but through insight, through awareness, through the quiet unraveling of what no longer fits the shape of your soul. This is the beginning of a new dialogue between who you were and who you are becoming. One written not in loud declarations, but in subtle signs, a strange dream, a sudden memory, a conversation that pierces the heart just enough to make you stop and breathe. That is the Gemini influence. The whisper, the messenger, the mirror. And you, Scorpio, are ready to listen more deeply than ever before, because what lies ahead is not random, it's rhythmic. And as we move through this message, you'll begin to see how each planet, each shift, each tender truth surfacing now is part of a larger pattern, one that's helping you return to the most powerful thing you possess, your own inner knowing. Shall we begin? Now let us turn our gaze toward your path of purpose, the sacred terrain of career and finances, where the cosmos is gently urging you to slow down, reassess, and remember why you began in the first place. With Mercury now moving through Gemini, the energy surrounding your professional life becomes sharp, quick, and curious. Ideas come like lightning, conversations spark new inspiration. This is a beautiful time to share your voice, to speak with clarity, to present bold concepts or revive an idea that had once been forgotten. Whether it's a new proposal, a creative pitch, or a conversation that's been waiting to happen, you are now more articulate than ever. But here's the whisper beneath the excitement. The quality of your words will matter more than the quantity. Speak not just to impress, but to align. And yet, as is often the case with the stars, complexity exists beneath the surface. Saturn, now casting a sobering light from Pisces, intertwines with Neptune's ethereal haze. Together they create a strange duality, a longing for direction mixed with uncertainty about what that direction should be. You may feel it already, that quiet questioning of whether your current path still matches your evolving truth. Perhaps you've outgrown the goals that once lit you up, or maybe you're sensing that your work needs to serve a deeper purpose, one that nourishes your spirit, not just your status. This is not the time for drastic decisions. It is the time for sacred pause, for honest reflection. What have you been building that no longer reflects who you are? Where are you climbing, and is the summit still yours to reach? These questions are not meant to paralyze you. They are meant to guide you inward, to help you reforge a career path rooted not in performance, but in purpose. Financially, caution is your ally right now. While Mercury in Gemini brings fast-moving opportunities, the retrograde shadow and Saturn's grounding influence remind you to slow your hand. Avoid impulsive commitments, large purchases, or financial risks you haven't fully explored. Read the fine print. Listen to the small voice inside that says, wait until it feels right. Prosperity built from patience lasts longer than any moment of instant gain. And perhaps most importantly, trust that realignment is a form of progress. If your pace feels slower, if your direction feels uncertain, do not confuse that with failure. You are not lost. You are simply being asked to check your compass before taking your next step. Scorpio, you were never meant to follow a straight path. Yours is the spiral, the descent before the rise, the stillness before the breakthrough. And right now, your soul is quietly carving a new foundation, one built on meaning, resilience, and truth. Now, Scorpio, let's enter the chamber of the heart, that secret place where your longing for depth meets the unpredictability of love. Because today, the stars are pulling back the curtain on your emotional world and inviting you to see something or someone in a completely new light. As the sun transitions into Gemini, your relationships begin to shift from intensity into curiosity. This doesn't mean the depth you crave disappears. It simply means that your heart begins asking different questions. You're no longer just seeking closeness, you're seeking understanding. The need to know your partner or a potential one, not just through emotion, but through words, ideas, and shared thoughts becomes essential. You may feel a sudden urge to talk things out, to ask what's been left unspoken, or to open the door to conversations you once avoided. This is the Gemini current, agile, playful, inquisitive, and it's here to help you breathe fresh air into connections that may have grown stagnant. And then there's Venus. So burning passionately in Aries, Venus stirs your romantic life with fire, courage, and bold desire. For those of you in partnerships, this is a cosmic call to reignite the flame, not through drama, but through presence, through daring to be seen again, not as who you've become through routine, but as who you are now, raw and alive. Passion, Scorpio, doesn't always require intensity. Sometimes it simply requires willingness. The willingness to reach for the other person first, to initiate what you once waited for. If you're currently unattached, this alignment brings an air of delicious unpredictability. Someone bold, different, or refreshingly direct may cross your path. Or perhaps you'll find that your own heart is the one daring to step forward, speaking first, risking more. This is not a time to hide behind emotional armor. The universe is reminding you, you are magnetic when you are open. But take note, Gemini's influence on the sun and Aries' fire from Venus together form a paradox. One is air, the other fire. One flutters, the other blazes. This can create emotional sparks, but also misfires. Be mindful of impulsive words or decisions made too quickly. Passion can rise fast, but so can misunderstandings if you don't stay grounded. The invitation here is to stay curious about yourself, your needs, and the ways in which your connections are evolving. Ask questions, listen deeply, let love be a dialogue, not a performance. And through it all, Scorpio, remember that you are not meant to love half-heartedly. You are here to feel it all, to risk softness after survival, to allow someone to see the parts of you that even you are still learning to accept. This is the season of discovery. Not only of the other, but of yourself through them. Then let us now turn inward to the quiet temple of your body, the breath of your spirit, the subtle language your soul speaks when the world grows too loud. On this May 20th, as the moon drifts through Cancer and the sun enters airy Gemini, your physical and emotional landscapes begin to overlap. You may find yourself more attuned to the rhythm of your body, noticing when your energy dips, when your mood shifts, or when your intuition speaks through physical signals. This is not imagination, it is alignment. The cosmos is gently encouraging you to tend to yourself with deeper sensitivity and care. Gemini energy, quick and cerebral, may tempt you to stay in your head, to think through discomfort, to distract rather than feel. But the moon in Cancer asks something different of you today. Slow down. Come home. Not just to your house, but to your breath, your skin, your heartbeat. There is healing available to you now, but it won't arrive through effort. It will come through presence. You might feel called to cleanse, not through harsh discipline, but through softness. A long walk without your phone. A warm bath that becomes a ceremony. A quiet meal where you actually taste your food. These are not luxuries. They are medicine. Neptune, still holding subtle sway from Pisces, reminds you that spiritual restoration is just as vital as sleep or nutrition. If you've been feeling disconnected from yourself, this is your window to realign, not with a dramatic change, but with gentle return. And if emotions rise, as they often do under Cancer's lunar influence, allow them. Let them move through you like waves, not walls. The body stores more than tension, it stores memory. Old grief may surface in the form of fatigue. Unspoken anxiety might appear as restlessness. Don't fight it. Witness it. Love yourself through it. You are not broken. You are becoming whole again. Mars continues to energize your 6th house, which governs health and daily rituals. This gives you a boost of vitality if you choose to move with intention. But be mindful not to overextend. Mars in this position can also trigger burnout if you push when you should be replenishing. Trust the intelligence of your limits. Strength is not only about endurance, it is about knowing when to pause. So today, Scorpio, come back to your center. Breathe into the space that hurts. Nourish the parts of you that have gone quiet. Your body is not a machine. It is a sacred vessel. And right now, it is asking for love, not just maintenance. Then let us continue into the softest, most fragile terrain of all, your emotional roots, your family bonds, and the places, both in memory and in presence, where love has shaped you, broken you. Today, as the moon travels through Cancer, your cosmic spotlight falls not on the world outside, but on the world within, the private chambers of your past, your home, and your heart. For Scorpio, this is not unfamiliar ground. You've always known the power of what lies beneath the surface, but now you are being invited not to analyze it, but to feel it fully. Some of you may find yourselves revisiting childhood memories, not just through thought, but through sensation, a scent, a phrase, a photograph. These small moments may unlock larger emotions. Grief that was never voiced, love that was never fully received, or perhaps pride in how far you've come despite all you carried alone. Let it rise. Let it move through you. Healing is not always a loud process. Sometimes it's just sitting with what is and not running away. With the sun in Gemini now illuminating your 8th house, the domain of intimacy, shared energy, and inherited patterns, you may find your family dynamics coming into sharper focus. You may see clearly, perhaps for the first time, how certain behaviors or beliefs have been passed down. But this awareness is not meant to burden you. It's here to liberate you. You are not bound to repeat the cycles you were born into. You get to choose again, to create new legacies, to soften what was once hardened, to forgive, even if only silently, for your own peace. Venus, still blazing in Aries, brings another message. Love, especially within family, doesn't always come gently. It comes in layers, in mistakes, in trying and failing and trying again. If tensions have been high with those close to you, today's energy supports heartfelt reconnection, not through forced harmony, but through courageous honesty. Even a small gesture, a text, a touch, a shared meal can open a doorway that's been closed for too long. And for those of you who feel distant from family, by choice or by circumstance, remember this: family is not only blood. Family is resonance. It is the soul's memory of safety. You are allowed to create a home from the people who see you now, not just from those who shaped your past. So today, Scorpio, reach inwards, reach backwards, reach across. There is love waiting to be remembered. And there is healing that can only happen when you stop asking, was it supposed to be this way? And start whispering, but what can I choose now? And now, dear Scorpio, as we bring this message to a close, take a breath. Not just into your lungs, but into your life. May 20th, 2025 is not just a passage of time. It is a turning of tides. A cosmic breath between the exhale of what has been and the quiet inhale of what is yet to come. You are standing at a threshold, not of endings, but of revelations. Not of grand declarations, but of soft reawakenings. Today, the universe has not come to shake you. It has come to remind you that your career is not about proving, it's about aligning. That your relationships are not here to complete you, but to meet you. That your body is not a battleground, but a sanctuary. And that your family, your roots, your memories, they are not prisons. They are soil. And from that soil, something new can grow. So take your time, Scorpio. Walk slowly, speak truthfully, rest deeply. You are not falling behind. You are deepening. You are becoming. And as you move through the rest of this day, may you carry one sacred knowing. You are not alone in your transformation. The stars are with you, watching, whispering, holding space. Always. If this message touched your soul, feel free to share it, subscribe, and return again tomorrow. We'll be right here walking this journey beside you, one breath, one truth, one rising at a time. Until then, keep feeling, Scorpio. The world needs the depth only you can bring.